NomadX family. Facebook, folks, everyone out there, we're back on track. Another day, another live stream. I'm stoked. I'm excited because it's been a while since we had the last live session. I think it's about 2 weeks. This is because we're going through quite a lot of changes here at NomadX and we're doing things differently. But you guys will hear about that during the week. I'm not going to touch base on it because we're right now not talking about it. This is not the topic of today. I stoked because we have an amazing guest here, and his name is Jochen, and Jochen has an amazing, inspiring life story, and that's what we want to listen to. In this case, Jochen, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Well, first of all, thank you, Ollie, for accepting my invitation and everything like that. I feel really honored and really privileged to actually tell my story here on NomadX because I am currently now a digital nomad. So, I guess I can just start the story, right? This from the top.
Yeah, I would say we're jumping straight in.
All right.
One note by the side before we start.
Mm-hmm.
Dear community, I know it's in the middle of the night for the most of you, but if you're watching, if you are live, leave us a like, send some comments, and even if you watch the review later on, feel free to ask all the questions. I'm going to make sure Jochen is going to answer all of them, or myself are going to answer all of them. So be as active as you can. And in this case, Jochen, tell us about your story. Let's start at the very beginning.
All right, the very beginning. Well, let's just start at me landing a job in Amsterdam. You know, everyone loves Amsterdam. Everyone loves to visit Amsterdam. So I was working a nice corporate job in Amsterdam. It was a nice paying job, flexible schedule, this and that. And one day I was just cycling home. As you know, Amsterdam is the bike capital of the world. Everyone cycles home. Everyone cycles everywhere. So one of these days I was just cycling home. And, well, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to the slippery roads. And in the Netherlands, no one wears helmets, which if you've ever been to the Netherlands, you've probably seen that. And, well, I wasn't wearing a helmet at the time either. My front tire got stuck. I flew forward. That's all what I remember. Blacked out. I really don't know what happened. Next thing I noticed, I was walking home, went to the hospital with my girlfriend, and the doctor told me I had 6 brain hemorrhages. And, of course, that is shocking news because I thought I just had a bruise on my head. I didn't think it was that severe. So that really shocked me and really put me in like a really depressive state. And I wasn't able to even go outside because of the light sensitivity from the brain hemorrhages, the sounds, anything really irritated me. It's gotten much better now, of course. And well, during that time, I actually decided that I was going to take my story, exactly how it happened, exactly how I just told you, and put it into a vlog story format on YouTube. And that's how I created my accident story, which was linked, I believe, in the post you had, Ollie. So if you guys want to check that out, you can check that out. It has my brain scan and everything in it. I wasn't afraid to, keep anything out of it because this isn't actually my first channel. I've had a channel in the past, and with that channel, I was doing stuff like, buying views, buying subscribers because I wanted to be famous quick, right? So when I started this channel and put my accident story like that on my channel, I wanted to actually learn everything there is about YouTube. So in those down times when I was feeling really depressed, really feeling low, people were telling me, you should start working. I just started studying. I just started watching Nick Nimmin, Tom Nash, Brian G. Johnson, all those YouTube experts you hear about. And I just started learning and adapting and just started implementing everything I learned. And all of a sudden I noticed like, hey, my video is ranking now in search. This video is ranking in search. And I was like, wow, this is insane. And well, people started to notice me in Amsterdam, not only because I was trying to break the stereotype of Amsterdam, but I started cycling more and more, even after a cycling accident, which is crazy. And eventually someone actually decided to say, hey, I'm going to fly you to the United States to do some video work. So I went to Buffalo, New York, to a hemp festival. I did some work there. Really didn't work out as planned. That's kind of all what I'm going to say about that. And then I ended up living on a hemp farm, which is crazy. And there was a shout out to Sarah Stenov and Ananda Farm. She's a veteran. She was on pharmaceutical drugs. She got off pharmaceutical drugs through cannabis. She taught me everything there is to know about cannabis. I'm a pro cannabis person. It has changed my life, and you'll see why further on in the story. So I lived on the hemp farm for a month, did all that stuff, and then I went to Florida to visit my brother. And then on my birthday, I get an email from this guy named Uncle Stoner. And he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna fly you to Jamaica because when he was in Buffalo at the hemp festival, I did one of his videos and I did SEO work for that one video. And he actually saw it increase in views and increase in subscribers. So he decided he was going to fly me to Jamaica. So I got flown to Jamaica to not only work on his YouTube channel, but work on my YouTube channel and have the experience of a lifetime. And I mean, everything is on my channel. Like I go back and I sometimes have tears in my eyes because it's just motivating to me to just, think back where I was and where I'm at now. And well, after that, I got back to the United States, and I had let me just add this in real quick. I actually served in the U.S. Army for 6 years. So when you haven't seen somebody for like 9 years that served with you in the Army, and you have a chance to see him, you go see him. So, but I didn't take a flight. I didn't take a car. I took a bus. I took a 50-hour bus ride from Jacksonville, Florida to Arizona. And yeah, people thought I was crazy, but on that bus ride, I met so many just amazing people, and they've helped me. They've helped me stay positive. They taught me about spiritual stuff, spiritual teachings, breathing techniques, and stuff. And I just adapted all of that into my life. And honestly, the law of attraction. I mean, if you don't believe in it, just look at me, because this has always been a dream of mine. My first YouTube channel in Bulgaria, I always wanted to travel the world and do this, and it just seemed like the universe now is just lining up to me. And the whole SEO thing is something I love to do. I treat everyone's video, all of my clients' videos, as my own. Like I don't do like a half job on this or a half job as that. No, because I love seeing when somebody else's video gets views and gets subscribers, and they get comments from different places around the world. It makes me feel happy. Means that I'm doing something to change someone else's YouTube channel, or gain their exposure, so to say. So in the end, we're all given into the universe, and everything's coming back. So that's all what I wanted to reflect on, I guess. So I think that sums everything up. It's been wild.
Wow.
It's been
Wow,
wild.
it's been wild. It's been wild, bro. I love it. It's really really inspiring, and it seems like like what I think it's so interesting, and I strongly believe that everything happens for a reason. It seems like that accident you have was exactly what's supposed to happen, even if it sounds like it's a horrible story, obviously. But you came
Yep.
out so stronger, and with such a positive experience, and it changed so many things in your life. What do you think? What would happen? How would your life be today if that accident would never happen?
Well, I would probably still be working that office job at Booking.com, dealing with people's complaints and stuff, and not really doing what I'm doing now, traveling. Like while I was here in Arizona, I went to Vegas. I went to the 10X Growth Con because a friend says, "Here, have a ticket," and I was like, "What?" So I went to Vegas, and I stayed in the Delano Hotel. Like it's almost like, what is going on? Sometimes I'll watch like the song "Believer" by Imagine Dragons. That is my theme song. If you listen to the words, I cry every time I listen to it. And sometimes I walk into a store here and I'll randomly just hear that song play, and I'm like, man, the law is just always working. So I think if that didn't happen, I would still be, doing my thing in Amsterdam, but not to the degree of traveling and just helping other people all around the world now. So
Right, right. That's awesome, bro. That's all. It's really, really, it's inspiring to hear. And as I said, I think like everything happens for a reason. But community, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go out there and have a bicycle
no,
accident. No.
no, 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 no. I don't wish that.
Everything happens because it has to happen. But yeah, I think we
I
got the
don't.
point,
I
right?
really don't wish that upon anyone. Like, it was very bad, like light sensitivity and everything, and it actually changed my personality. Like, people now that see me now, they're like, "Wow, you look healthy. You look happy." And I'm like, "Well, because I am healthy and I'm happy. I'm traveling. I'm helping other people, and I'm experiencing a video game, so to say. That's what it feels like." So
Right. Right. Wow, it's awesome. Just note by the side, I dropped the link to that YouTube channel, to your channel, with that
okay,
story already in the comments. So, guys,
awesome.
go and check it out. That's where the whole story is. It's really cool. I watched it. It's inspiring. It's a super cool story, and it's getting more in detail. So, I highly, highly recommend. Check it out. It's in the comments. Jochen, what's gonna be next for you? What are your plans? You're in Arizona now, but what
The
miracle will happen next? Any ideas?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not like a genie. I can't tell you what's gonna happen. I kind of see what happens when I do my meditation and stuff, but we'll see. in the next 4 days, I'm going to be flying back to Florida to visit my brother and just hang out with him, do some cool stuff with him in Florida. And then eventually I'm trying to get back to Europe. I actually was aiming for Spain and Portugal. Honestly, Portugal, that's how I found this group way long time ago, because I was just something in Spain and Portugal, because Amsterdam is nice, but I feel like I need to go somewhere else. And I feel like warm weather and stuff here in Arizona, it's just hot. There's nowhere to swim. Portugal, Spain, there's the ocean. That sounds nice, and I can do my thing and do
Right.
my work wherever. So that's the benefit about being a digital nomad, I guess. You have your laptop, you can work anywhere. So
Exactly, exactly. That's so cool. So, Joachim, let's drop some value bombs. Now we know about your story. We see where you're coming from. We see where you kind of like heading next. So we have a lot of people in that group. Like they're also like on the beginning of their journey. A lot of people obviously also struggle at the moment. Not just because it's always a struggle to go on your journey, because also like because of the corona situation, and it feels like there are some vibes where people are getting a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, and it feels like you are so full of energy, you're full of power, and you're just like boom, I go and I smash it. What would be like your recommendation to the people out there if they want to start, if they want to go on a similar journey as you are?
I would say, first of all, just separate from, I'm not saying don't watch the news, but separate from all of that and just focus on you. Like I said, spiritually, I've done the Wim Hof method, breathing method. I have done that for about 9 months now. I've been off my antidepressant for 8 months. So I do breathing, I do meditation. All of that stuff will actually influence, because like they say, what you project in here will come out like that. And it is so true. I mean, it's almost like magic, it feels like. So that's what I'm saying. If you start focusing that, not it might sound stupid at first doing this breathing technique every single day. I used to think the same thing, and now I'm doing it every day. Cold showers, all that stuff, that gets that mind going. And then once you start seeing stuff, seeing yourself in situations, seeing your traveling, going places, it will happen. I can't explain how, but it just does. And that's why I'm so energized, because I know even doing this, that something is going to come out of it, and it's just going to blow my mind. So I'm just, brace for impact, so to say. So
Right, right. I think that's a very very good advice, and it's really funny that you're mentioning that. Also with the breathing or the ice baths and the cold showers and everything, because I've been for dinner last night, and there was kind of like this topic was really present, and we were talking about that, how everything is shifting at the moment even more. Like people are becoming way more aware about
oh yeah.
like the breath work, like the ice baths were actually a pretty big topic last night, and we were like, yeah, we know that from the early days, because it was always like, yeah, don't take a cold shower if you want to clear your mind, like. But it feels like now people are like becoming really aware about it, becomes everything becomes more spiritual. The whole world is shifting, and also in terms of like what happens to the whole digital nomad scene, right? And I'm sure your experience is pretty similar to that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what's. I mean I think the FBI declassified documents recently about how the law and everything actually works. It just does work. Even with that, like I said, in Amsterdam, me being having a cycling accident, when I was having a really bad day, I would just go cycle and do a live stream on YouTube, and like people would tune in, 20, 30 people. I'd cycle around for 5 hours, make noises and do meowing sounds, just be like a comedian on a bike, and people loved it. And people actually have written me poems from like Trinidad. Like I have a subscriber from Trinidad. She writes me poems, and that just means that I'm having an impact on people. So yeah, that's truly what it
I think
is.
it's exactly. I think it's that's another thing you just mentioned, right, is having this impact. And these days we can have an impact because
Oh
the
yes.
social media makes it possible. The internet makes it possible. We can connect all around the world, and we're becoming way more like a unit than it was probably like 50 or 100 years ago. So I think it's very powerful, and obviously it's also dangerous. Like it can also go completely in the wrong way. But I feel like if we are using it in the right way, as you are doing it, things works out. It will just works out perfectly.
Yeah, and like I said, everything online you can teach yourself. I mean, editing I was doing for a while, but I wasn't editing. I honestly feel that the accident did something to my brain, kind of like a computer. When you reformat the computer, it gets better. It sounds crazy, but I really feel that way, and it's always helped me progress further because I've made a lot of videos on my channel, and that's exactly what I said with the SEO stuff. That's why me and a couple of friends started our own little marketing agency, and I have my own SEO clients that I work with because I just feel like if you just help other people and help other people, eventually, well, not eventually, it's already coming back. So, that's how I just continue to help people. So it just makes me feel great. So, yeah, why not do it?
Awesome. Awesome. How can people easiest, what's the easiest way to reach out to you if they want to have a chat with you, talk with you, or even better, taking advantage of your agency, because it seems like you're doing a great job with the SEO.
Oh, just message me on here on the group or a private message, or Instagram is the same way at the Josie Show. And I just want to say one more thing because it's very, very important for me to say this. That the Josie Show actually, as you know, my name is Jochen. My girlfriend's name, she's still in Amsterdam, by the way. I haven't seen her in over a year. It's probably not the easiest thing for a lot of people, but I was in the army, so we kind of get used to that. But anyways, Jochen and Sylvia, that is what Josie stands for. And that's my inspiration always has been, I want to make it, which I am, and I want to just eventually sit back and sit on the beach somewhere with Sylvia and drink cocktails and be like, remember when I went to Las Vegas? Remember this and that? And yeah, make those memories. So that's one thing I just want to reiterate because people ask me, what does Josie stand for? And that's exactly what it's there for. It's Jochen and Sylvia Show. So even though it's been me for the last year, but she'll be on there soon. So
Awesome, bro. I love it. How cool, man. I even love how you mentioned that, because I feel like it must be very hard if you're separated for 1 year. So
yeah.
I really, really hope you guys can be like reunited very, very soon, and having these cocktails on the beach, and be just like together again, and looking back and remember all these beautiful things. That's another thing, guys. I want to just mention that to the whole community. Every now and then, sit back, remember, and look back, because it's cool. It's a wild journey, and that's what we do right now here with Jochen, because we're listening to the story, and it is inspiration. So don't never ever forget where you're coming from, instead of always just looking where you want to go to. I'm just a go-getter. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
let's go forward. But every now and then you have to look back. And we did like, also what we did last night. I did that with my girlfriend, Lisa. We took like an hour, and we were like just reflecting and looking back. And then we started to call people from the last few years. And they were like super surprised. They picked up the phone and we called them on WhatsApp. It was like, what the fuck is going? Why are you calling? And we're just like, we just wanted to say hello because we
Yeah.
miss you. And people are like super positive about that. So yeah, do it every now and then. And I think that's a great thing what you doing to perfection, Jochen, because you are sharing your story, and you help inspiring others. And thank you so much for doing this and sharing your story today here on the show. It was absolutely awesome to have you.
That again, thank you for even accepting everything, and it's still, this feels surreal. Exactly what I'm talking about. Like everything just feels surreal, but it feels amazing, and I feel like I'm admitting amazingness back. And just one more tiny thing, I want to say for people that you said earlier that are kind of struggling and kind of not making it, don't let anyone stop you. Don't let anyone tell you it's not possible. Don't let anyone tell you this and this and that. Trust me, I've had family and friends that have told me it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And now they're coming to me and saying, hey, I'm proud of you. So, you know, don't let anyone stop you. This right here can do anything. That's all how I'm going to end it.
Boom! I absolutely love it. I really, really cool. Thanks again for sharing. And I need to admit, like it's early morning here in Bali. It's like 8 a.m. here in Bali. But you just made my day. I feel pumped. I feel ready to go through that
Wow.
day, and really, really, really energetic. Thank you so much, Jochen. It was great to have you on the show. I am looking forward to follow your channel, and hopefully stay in touch with you, and hopefully one day we can meet in person somewhere in the world. And I
Let,
just wish you good luck with everything.
let's just say it like that. Don't say
Yeah,
hopefully. We will. We will meet, and it
we
will happen.
will. We
We
will.
will. All
We
right,
will.
man. Thank you so much.
Love
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you. All the best. Take care. NomadX community, stay tuned. We're going to come up with more streams, more content, and we're going to be spot on. So keep an eye out. Watch the group, watch the content. We love you all. Talk soon. Bye bye to everyone.